I'm really glad all of you are here tonight, and welcome to the May 13th Mishawaka Board of Zoning Appeals. Introduction of the staff. To my right, we have Donna Witt, our administrative planner. Next to Donna, we have Shad Annis, our associate planner. On my left, we have Krista Hill, our senior planner. Next to Krista is Derek Spear, our city planner. Ken Prince is in the front row. He's our executive director. Next to Ken is David Bent, our legal counsel. Donna, would you please call the roll?
Adam Gersbauer.
Present.
Joel Dindu. Denise Graves. Here. Chris Doherty.
Here. So there's three of us here. Three of us actually need to vote the same way to have the vote go through, pass or fail. If it's something that moves to the council, they'll get to vote on it either way, whichever way we vote. But there is a quorum here, and all of us will be voting on this today. If for some reason we can't agree on one item, then that's going to be reconsidered later on a pass-fail. So moving right along, the rules of procedure are up on the board. So first, we'll hear a presentation by the appellate. For each item, we'll ask those participating in the room to speak first, followed by those participating online. I don't believe there'll be people online. I think everybody's here and present. Then we'll hear from those who wish to speak against the appeal. If you have general questions and you're not sure whether you're speaking for or against, you can come up during that time and ask your questions. Then we'll accumulate all the questions, have a right of rebuttal by the appellate. We'll close the public hearing, and then we'll have a board discussion and a board vote. The previous minutes, April, were distributed. Were there any corrections or additions to those minutes? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those previous month's minutes have been approved. Are there any conflict of interest? I hope there's not.
No.
No? Great. With only three of us here, we don't want that to happen. So we'll roll right into it. The first one is Appeal 25-09, a pass-fail. It's a appeal submitted by Michael and Carrie Green requesting a developmental variance for 303 West 6th Street, Mishawaka, Indiana, for a 6-foot-high privacy fence with an approximate 1.5 side yard setback. Is there somebody here to present this appeal? Hi, come on up. When you come to the podium, if you could leave your name and address clearly so Donna can take that into the record, that would be appreciated.
Sure. Michael Green, 303 West 6th Street, Mishawaka, Indiana.
Hi, tell us what you want to do here.
I just want to put a fence on that side over there so that I have a visual and a sound barrier. I have a lot of traffic over there from the bar. They've moved the sidewalk about 6 feet closer. So it's like people are staring right into my windows right now.
Gotcha. And does the fence exist right now?
No, I have a fence that goes from the side of the back of the house out back just a little bit.
Okay. So you haven't built this, what you're proposing
No,
here yet?
sir.
Okay, great. So you're doing it the right way?
Yes.
Oh, good. Good. Is there any other questions for Mr. Green? No. Nope. I see you worked with the staff, and the staff does recommend approval as well, so
Okay.
good work on that. Thank you for your presentation.
Sure. Thank you. I'm good.
Is there anybody else in the room or online wishing to speak in favor? Is there anybody in the room or online wishing to speak in opposition? Then I'll close the public hearing, and if there's no board members that wish to speak, I'll take a motion.
I make a motion to approve 2509.
Second.
Hey, whoever's online, if you could mute your line, that'd be great. We have a motion and a second. Donna, would you please call?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and Appeal 25-09 passes. Thank you. I know that there's some people online.
It's okay. I got it on the phone.
Hello, can you mute? Whoever's online? Back at the boardroom, can you mute? Yeah, good boy. Thank you. All right, moving right along. Appeal 25-10, an appeal submitted by ST Indiana Ridge LLC requesting a sign variance for Indian Ridge Plaza on Grape Road, Mishawaka, Indiana, to allow for 2 temporary open during construction sign for a period of 6 months. Hi, come on up. Hi, you're here to present this? Yep, if you can get to the microphone, name and address for Donna to take it in the record, and then we'd love to hear about your appeal.
My name is William. I'm the property manager for Mishawaka, the Indian Ridge Shopping Center. We're asking permission to install 2 open during construction signs, one on Grape Road, one at the other side of the building. Main reason for it is a lot of our tenants, especially our big tenants, TJ Maxx, and things of that sort, Joann's, they are requesting, and it's per their lease, to have advertisement that their stores are open during construction. All we're doing is facilitating the entire facade, making it more modern. It is causing a lot of the issues because of birds on the old facade. So we're gonna definitely give definitely a bigger upgrade. So, but like I said, we're not looking for anything crazy, just a simple open construction sign. But that's about it, really.
Okay, and is this, that's exactly what the sign looks like?
Yep.
And the dimensions on that is, let's see here, shall not exceed
I think it's a 4 by.
4 by 6.
Yep.
And is that going to made, so you got a 6-month thing?
Yes, the project took off already. Permits already been pulled. Project is currently ongoing, and it is set to be completed on October 15th. That's if construction goes accordingly and there's no setbacks. But we did put it a 2-week period, give us a grace period, just some buffer, just in case construction is being delayed. But we're very confident that the work will and should be done. by
But you'll
then.
have them down for sure after the 6 months.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
And if, I don't know what the material is made of, but if they become ratty and worn or tattered,
They're
will
going
they
to
be
be
replaced?
they're going to be vinyled, so it will take a lot more than 6 months for it
Okay.
to become deteriorated over time.
Okay. All right, any other questions?
No.
Nothing further.
Nope. Sorry, did I hog all the questions?
You did all the good ones.
Thanks for your presentation.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else in the room or online wishing to speak in favor of Appeal 25-10? In opposition on Appeal 25-10? Nope, then I'll close the public hearing, and if there's nothing else, I'll take a motion.
I make a motion to approve 25-10.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Donna, would you please call for the vote?
Adam Gersbauer,
Yes.
Denise Graves.
Yes.
Chris Doherty.
Yes. And Appeal 25-10 passes. Thanks for your presentation. Next, Appeal 25-11. So this is a use variance, meaning we'll just have a recommendation that goes to the council on this one. But it's Appeal 25-11, an appeal submitted by City of Mishawaka requesting a use variance for 811 West Catalpa, Mishawaka, Indiana, to allow for a group home to be occupied with 8 unrelated persons. Is there somebody here to present Appeal 25-11?
I'm Cheryl Shady from Logan. Do you need my address, or is that good enough? 2505 East Jefferson Boulevard, South Bend. Okay.
Hi.
So we are in the process of trying to make our homes more accessible, and we want to replace a very old 2-story, all the bedrooms up on the south side of town in South Bend. And so we were looking for properties, and we approached Ken. We were talking about some other properties, and Ken told us about this property. And so we've been working with him, and so it's, we want to make it a 1-story. It's a 4,000 square feet home that will have 8 individual bedrooms for the residents. And that's kind of our mock-up of what it will look like. And we want to have the trees around it to kind of give some privacy, but also to blend it in with the neighborhood. So it should look really nice on the street and enhance it. We will always have at least one staff there, but during wake hours, there might be 2 or 3 staff, depending on during the day. They all go to their jobs, employment, or have some kind of day program during the day. So we're excited. We think they will make good neighbors. And we have 2 other properties that the city of Mishawaka worked with us on, Donaldson and on Edgar. And you guys were so generous in giving us that one and helping us with this one. We're really excited to be part of Mishawaka.
No, you do great work.
Oh, thank you.
At Logan for sure, and we're happy to have you. We'll probably throw a couple conditions that are listed on
Yep.
here, just so this use variance, doesn't transfer
Absolutely.
after it with the property and those types of things. So we'll
Yes.
probably add what's in here, which is if it changes use, ownership, it'll require, another use variance. Or
Yes.
that use variance will
Yes.
kind of go back to what it was, and not transferable. But, yeah, any other questions?
No.
Nope. Great, thank you for your
Okay.
presentation. Is there anybody else in the room wishing to speak in favor or online?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Ken Prince, Director of Planning and Community Development. I just want to go on record as stating the city is obviously in support of this. The Redevelopment Commission has approved the agreement with Logan regarding the sale of the property. This is a property that we bought. It had a dilapidated house on it. It's an extra large lot. It's wooded. It's a beautiful lot. We originally tried to work with building trades, both Penn Building Trades and Mishawaka Building Trades, to put homes on it. Both of them declined to use this property, so we think Logan is a great fit, and we're excited to see the potential of this moving forward. Happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Excited to see it and very happy that this is coming in. So, good work.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else wishing to speak in favor of this appeal? Is there anybody wishing to speak in opposition of this appeal? Then I'll close the public hearing, and if there's no other discussion, I'll take a motion.
I make a motion to approve 2511.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Ooh, I'm sorry.
Hi, my name is Wayne Wilborn. I live at 715 West Catalpa. I'm just 2 doors east of this property that
Okay.
you're talking
I'm
about.
very sorry I missed you. I didn't
quite
see
all
your
right.
hands. I looked.
Quite all right. I'm not really here in opposition, but I do have some questions
Sure.
and some concerns. First of all, Catalpa Drive is an extremely busy street. It's the only street in that neighborhood that has a stoplight at each end of it, where when the city came in and annexed us, they closed off Brown, Berry, and put a light there on Catalpa after we had several accidents, and which was a great thing, and the city has done a lot for us. We're very thankful for that. Our concern is, and I don't want to sound inappropriate here, our concern is, are these residents, are these residents that they are trying to acclimate into society at a later date? We're also concerned about what the degree of, I'm assuming they're either mentally or physically challenged. My personal concern, I have an autistic grandchild, so I know a little something about this. And my neighbor that lives right next door to that in the gray house, I'm the second door east, he has an autistic grandson, and he and I are both semi-retired, okay? We're both home a lot. That one child is very challenging. I mean, they have to watch him every moment. And I'm concerned for the safety of these residents more than anything. Pure and simple. I was wondering if they're going to have a fence around that property. Are they going to have, you know, I understand you have one staff member will be there on the weekend, several during the week.
Yeah, we'll have them come up and answer all these questions.
Okay. But that's our main concern is for the safety of those residents because it is such a busy street. And I don't know how, you know, how much they're going to be allowed to move around and enjoy our neighborhood, okay?
Yeah,
That's our main concern is their safety,
great.
okay?
And
Thank you for,
forums like this are made so we can all get on the same page.
yeah, because I got to tell you, because I live on that street, there are hours during the morning and in the afternoon that people use Catalpa that don't want to have to make a left off of Edison onto Grape and that. I'm sure you know all about
Yep.
that neighborhood. They fly down through there, and we don't have a lot of police cars patrolling that area. So they get away with it
Gotcha.
more often than they should. I'm a biker. I ride it hard and fast sometimes too, you know, but I'm always watching out for deer, and we have deer in that neighborhood. I mean, there's just multiple opportunities for mishaps in that area. So that's our main concern.
Great.
right.
We'll have them come up and address
Thank you.
all of these. Is there anybody else that would like to speak in opposition or has other questions? Hearing none, we'll have you come back up and address some of the security concerns, the type of individuals that are going to be there, the fence in how that relates into some of the security, and maybe a little bit more about the traffic that this would create for the area.
Okay. So first of all, I just want to provide clarification that there is somebody with them all the time. During waking hours, there are always at least one, if not two or three. And then on the overnights only is when we will have one who will be awake the whole time. So correction would be at least two with them, probably on the weekends for sure. It all depends on what activities are planned. They will always be supervised. That these are men who are in their 40s and 50s. They've already been part of society for a long time because they lived on the south side of town. I can't get into the individual disabilities for them, but our people have developmental and intellectual disabilities. Nobody in the home currently has any kind of physical limitation. We will have a van that does the transportation for them, and we provide all the transportation for them. So they may go on walks in the neighborhood, but they're always going to be with supervision. We have nobody in that home who takes off, who elopes, as we call it, when they run around the neighborhood or take off. We have in some of our other homes, but this home, no, we have not had that. For lack of a better term, they probably have more skills and a little bit more independence than some of our other residents that we serve in some of our homes. So I don't see it being an issue for safety. I do realize the street's pretty busy, but I think that we're set back enough and have the supervision to accommodate that. We have not talked about a fence, and so we can, and we have at our other homes, we put up a fence. We have not talked about that. I think we were kind of hoping the trees would present some barrier. But we want I will speak that we want our individuals to be part of the community and not apart from the community. So we do serve people with autism who have challenges, so I can visualize the kind of person you're talking about. I don't believe we have any individuals in this home currently that would do that. And if they did live with us, that's our job to teach and support and help them become more independent and responsible in their behavior. So, did I
And you
answer?
haven't had security issues, safety issues at any other location?
No. If you actually talk to us when we talked about this in the very first, we had a neighborhood meeting, invited all the neighbors to come out and talk to us, and our property manager was there, and he said that people like having us as neighbors. We make good neighbors. We have had no complaints. I think maybe a tree falls on somebody's yard, and then we have to duke it out, whose responsibility that is. But, we do, and I should say that, we have, a maintenance crew that does that, make sure that the home is maintained and taken care of. And so we've never had any complaints from neighborhood.
And from an additional traffic standpoint, you don't see a lot of, this isn't going to drive a lot of
No,
additional.
well, it'll be the 3 staff,
Yeah,
but
that's-
part of
yeah.
what we did is that's why we put the parking pads in there.
Right.
Because that was the first thing I noticed when we went by the lot is, wow, there's not any street parking or anything, which actually is better. Sometimes we have issues in front of our homes with too many cars. So that's why we made it so that there's at least room for those 2 or 3 cars there, and then the van as well. There won't be a garage because we don't really use garages. So, other questions? Did I answer all of them?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you answered my list. Was there any more you had?
No.
That was what was brought up.
No, I believe you
Okay.
answered
I
them all.
mean, the busy street, it's worth consideration, but you are set back from the road, correct? And you haven't had issues of being in the street?
People, you haven't had people escape.
No. Now,
I think you saw-
as I said, in some of our other homes, I remember us having someone who took off, again, eloping. We called the police, and, that got rectified. Sometimes when we have a new admission, it's tough to kind of get acclimated. None of the residents, so the people that live at this home on the south of town are the ones that are going to be moving. And none of them have that history of elopement or at all. And, we would not have that.
Wonderful, thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. I believe you
Okay.
answered all the questions. No? No, I think we're good. Okay, with that, I'll close the public hearing. And is there any discussion that you'd like to have? If not, I'll take a motion.
I make a motion that we approve 2511, please.
All right, and I second.
We have a motion and a second. Donna, would you please call for the vote?
Adam Grossbauer,
Yes.
Denise Graves.
Yes.
Chris Torty,
Yes, and Appeal 25-11 will move to the council with a favorable rating. Thank you for your presentation, and thank you for your questions. Moving right along, Appeal 25-12. This is a pass-fail, an appeal submitted by Francisco J. Riviera Mayorga requesting a developmental variance for 2315 Lincoln Way West, Mishawaka, Indiana, to allow for a reduction in parking spaces from 24 to 18 spaces to accommodate an outdoor dining area. Is there somebody here to present this one? Hi, come on up. Can't wait to hear all about this one.
Okay. My name's Karina Ortega is the last name. I'm here to present about 2315 Lincoln Way West in Mishawaka, Indiana. So we wouldn't be taking up, it's the total of 4 spaces. So for us, at the center, you'll have the restaurant, and then in front of the restaurant, there are 2 parking spots on each side. So those 2 so equal of 4, 2 on each side would be taken, and that small little lot, we would like to set up a little patio for outdoor seating. And it just makes it more appealing for the customers. So right there in that front, it's just 4 individual parking spaces that we would make sure it's more appealing for our customers to sit down and have like a dine-in session. It wouldn't affect anything because most of our business is like fast food or in and out, but we would like that ability for them to sit out and enjoy the outdoors, and it's just a different type of setting for them.
Seems like a good idea.
Yes, everybody loves the outdoor.
Any questions?
No, like for us?
No.
Okay.
For us to ask you? No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anybody else in the room or online wishing to speak in favor of Appeal 25-12? Is there anybody wishing to speak in opposition to Appeal 25-12? Hearing none, I'll close the public forum, and we'll ask for a motion.
I make a motion to approve 2512, please.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Donna, would you please call for the vote?
Adam Gersbauer,
Yes.
Denise Graves.
Yes.
Chris Torty.
Yes, and your appeal passes. Thank you. Next on the line is a request to table this until June 10th, Appeal 25-13. All in favor of tabling this to June 10th, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that is going to be tabled till June 10th. Is there any old business, Mr. City Planner?
None,
Any new business?
none.
Privilege of the floor, anybody have anything to talk about other than anything that was on the agenda? Hearing none, I will ask for a motion for adjournment.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
We are adjourned. Thank you all very much.